Alright, how's it going out there, YouTube? Well, I've made some pretty good progress on the Novick project since the last time I posted a video. So I thought I'd do an update here. As you can see, it's got different wheels and tires on it now. Nothing fancy, but here again, this thing's a rat rod and a mutt, so I wasn't going to get real carried away with it. I've got a set of slicks for it if I ever feel like getting out and getting nuts, but I'll start back here on the back side of the car. Those are just some cheap wheels and tires I found that fit up under that fender well real nice under that quarter panel, and they don't rub. I've made a change underneath. I took the stock shocks off of there and I put a set of Monroe air shocks on it. It was necessary because, you know, I just don't want any tire rub, and the stock shocks just weren't getting it done and the thing was rubbing. So I just put those shocks on there with about 45 pounds of air in them to keep it from you know, hitting bumps and coming down and scraping the tires. So it works perfect. And on this back panel here, it was all open, so I just took a piece of sheet metal and cut it all out, filled that in, because I hate the bumpers on the backs of these old Buick 74 Buick Apollos. They're big and fat and thick. I just don't want to put one on there, so I'm not going to. So that's what I come up with. Here again, keep in mind now when I'm talking about this car, it's a rat rod. I've got a year correct plate for it, so I won't have to mess around getting inspections and all that all the time. I'm going to do something with this stuff right here, kind of clean that up a little bit. You can see it's cracked, and I'll do some work on that. But the main goal right now was to get it street worthy, and it is. I put a bigger fuel cell in the car, and that's a 10-gallon. It had a 3-gallon in it, so I put a 10-gallon in it for street purposes. And excuse me, but put the battery, I moved the battery. It was over there, but when I put the new cell in, it wouldn't fit, so I had to put it over here. And it's tied down real good and tight, so it's not going anywhere. And I'm charging the battery on this thing because I'm getting ready to take it for a cruise here. Want to give it a try. So anyway, that's the new fuel cell and the battery back there. And as I said, I put air shocks on it and close that in. Inside, I got both seats all bolted down and ready to go. I still got to buy some seat belts for it. I'm just going to put lap belts in there. I've actually got 2 sets of drag racing belts that I can put in, but boy are they bulky. I just don't think it's worth doing on the street. This ain't no race car, so the next thing I'm going to do in this car is I'm going to put a new dash in it. I'm going to take that out and redo it. Put a speedometer and a decent set of gauges in there because it's got some cheap gauges in it, so I'm going to change all that out. I did get a windshield wiper motor and windshield wipers on it now, so in case it rains and I'm out in it, because I'm planning on driving this a lot. And I put a 4-speed in it, as you can see. I went with the 4-speed, and boy is it fun to drive. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I've had it around the block a few times, but today I had to put a new rear end gear in it. It had 5 13s in it. 5 13s, and I just got it back from my buddy a day or two ago. We put some 373s in it, which makes it way more streetable. Way more streetable. Really good. But like I said, I'm going to replace that dash, and I'm going to get some sound deadening pad to put in there and put all that in there real nice. I got to cover them wires up. And I got to put some new rubber on the doors. It's all rotten, but that's not a big deal. I'll get that done as I go along here. But then the engine compartment's all done. The engine's back in the car. It wasn't too bad. I dropped the pan and cleaned it all up and you know, reassembled the engine and tuned it all up real good. It seems to be running pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So it's all back together and running. And in a few minutes I'm going to jump in it and go for a ride down the highway, because man, the thing has just been sitting so long and hasn't had much time, you know, much time on the street at all. So it smokes. And I think it's just a matter of getting the carbon out of the cylinder engines and combustion chambers, and I think it's going to be okay, because it sure runs good. It's not fast. It's not real, you know, it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. Probably, I'm going to guess somewhere around 350 maybe. Somewhere in there, but the front end's all done and aligned. Everything's finished. It's got a perfect front end alignment on it now. I like the way the car sits. It's got a nice little rake to it. And, you know, it's streetable. I can definitely take it out there and run it. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I'd take some pictures of it underneath, but you know, she's sitting there on the lift. I'm getting ready to put new rear brakes on it. It's got single piston calipers on the back, and I'm going to change that over to some dual caliper pistons, because that thing is hard to stop, man. But that's another video. So anyway, as you can see, it's all done. Ready to get on the street and start doing some driving with it, back and forth to work and running around acting like an idiot. That's what we do with these things. And just wanted to cut a video and show you all what's up. When I get out there on the street, I'll cut another one when it's running. Add that to this video. But I think it's going to be a fun car, man. I'm glad to have it running. It's been a lot of work, and I've had to jump through some hoops legally to get a title for it, and I'm still waiting on the title. But it has insurance on it now, and so I'm going to take it out, have a little fun, and I'll see you out there on the road somewhere. Stay tuned. Okay, YouTube, just got back from about an hour and a half drive. Went cruising all over town, made a couple of stops, and everything went real well. Thing ran good. It ain't fast by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it makes a lot of racket, but it really doesn't go anywhere. But I thought I'd shoot a video of I took it down and washed it, cleaned all the glass in it. Makes the car look a lot better, man, when that glass is clean, you know. It just gives the car a better quality, even if it's a piece of junk like this one. But got to go down next weekend and get some tailpipes put on it. But it's running pretty good. Clutch worked good. Everything worked pretty good. It was a nice ride, man. I enjoyed it. It was fun. That's what it's all about. It's fun. So anyway, a few days before Christmas, Merry Christmas to everybody out there watching. It's a beautiful day here, man. It's like 70 degrees. Beautiful. This is my idea of Christmas weather. Got a long way to go to get this car comfortable, but it sure runs good and drives good. Goes down the road straight. Everything's working. No issues so far. Got to get some seat belts and get a little interior work done, and ain't gonna do a whole lot though. So that's it from here, boys and girls. Everybody have a great holiday. Hot rods are fun. Thanks for watching.